Welcome to Sports Bath here, live from the Xcel Energy Center. It is state hockey tournament time, and we are here.
It is very exciting to be down here at the Xcel Energy Center. Exciting 4 days ahead of us here at the high school hockey tournament. We're going to cover that and a whole lot more. First, we're going to send it down to Jami Dustin back at the studio. Jami, what do you have for us?
Well, coming up later in the show, we have some exciting wrestling news to share. Also, we have national champions in cheerleading. I'll let you know which one of our Fab 5 teams earned the tremendous honor later in this show. For now, back to you guys.
Thanks, Jami. We're going to start things off on what happened right here a few weeks ago, back on February 21st. Hill Murray was here, but the girls were here. The boys are here now.
Right.
Girls were here, and they played Egan in the quarterfinals, and let's see what happened during that game.
The Minnesota State High School Girls Hockey Tournament is the largest tournament of its kind in the nation. And the atmosphere and excitement it brings to fans that make their way down to the Xcel Energy Center every year displays its uniqueness and how special it truly is. Scoring started early in the first period as Jack Kaza scored off a faceoff won by Kenzie Prater. The Pioneers drew first blood and looked to take control of the game. The Pioneers had some great goaltending as well. Alexis Woodward put on a stellar performance in that. She ended up stopping 19 of Egan's 21 shots. Pioneers score another one here as it is Sarah Bobrowski who finishes this one with a nice backhand. The Wildcats captain Megan Wolf got Egan on the board with this nice goal as she showed some great individual effort. The score was now 2-1. The Pioneers took advantage of a scrum in front of the net as they worked it to the outside and got a nice shot from the point. Nice passing work from Becca Zarembinski to Jessica Bonfey results in another Pioneer goal as Hill Murray ran away with this one. Final score was Hill Murray 6, Egan 2. And as you can see in here, the Pioneers went back to the hotel happy.
Well, the Pioneers would move on to play Eden Prairie in the semifinals, and they would go on to beat the Eagles 2-1. A very close game. The game after that, much closer. In fact, it took 6 overtimes. It was 1 o'clock in the morning when it finally finished with Minnetonka beating Lakeville North 4-3.
Did you know they actually even talked about canceling that game that night because it lasted so long?
Oh, of course.
And then right when they were thinking about it,
there you go.
Minnetonka scored.
Crazy game, and then so that set up a Minnetonka Hill Murray final. You thought maybe perhaps with Minnetonka playing it until 1 o'clock in the morning and then having to play another game less than 18 hours later, perhaps maybe it would hamper the skippers a little bit. We'll find out here in the highlights back from the state championship game.
Flatley from Bazzani at 256.
So Hill Murray loses that one. Let's take a look at the state bracket in Class AA and see how the Pioneers actually got to the championship through it all. We told you, but here you can look at it and kind of see who went through who.
Very competitive, Tim, and you saw that the quarterfinals again, Hill Murray taking down Egan, and then moving forward, they would play Eden Prairie, where it was another close game, and then of course the finals, another kind of close game. Just couldn't pull it out. Minnetonka, they've got such a talented program up over there and in the west side there with girls hockey, and so.
But Hill Murray did a great job at and still got to the championship game. So congratulations to them and a good season for those gals.
That's for sure. Now over to girls basketball. Now it was Hill Murray seated second in sections, and they would have a record going into the overall record of 16-10. The team they'd play, Highland Park, had a record of 5-21. Didn't necessarily match up.
Well,
and
you're going to end up wondering how they got the 5 wins after you see these highlights.
Yeah, it wasn't the best showing, but Hill Murray, obviously a great basketball team. Here are the highlights from February 27th.
We are at Hill Murray High School and it is Section 4 3A basketball play on this fantastic day. One step in, Doolittle into Langer. Langer goes up strong. She's fouled and one. Going into the trees, turnaround shot up off the glass, and that's good off the fingertips of Erica Turner. Inside pass, turnaround Langer, good.
I can see where you can get that.
Oh, here's a steal. Nice anticipation by Savino. Moves in. She's fouled and one. Shentria Gustafson. And they lose it. Oh, here's a 4-on-0 break. Savino. Yes. You don't hear that very often. A 4-on-0 break, and Coach Pioneers get it inbound. They're going to break it. Savino will take it in, get a little bump. Doesn't affect her, and she makes the layup. Turner seeing a little bit of a lane, takes to the runner and hits it. And nice job, Erica Turner, getting her 4th point of the night. Pioneers are gonna, well, they're not gonna slow it down. They're gonna take another 3, and Olivia just adds to the first half woes of the Scots. It's 47-11, and we're not even done with the first half. Hill Murray moves on. Wow, decisively in this game. You know, in the beginning of the game, I had Hill Murray with the edge, but I didn't think by a 63-point edge.
Well, a lot of things are shown about each team here, and Hill Murray, like you said earlier, the depth on their bench, it looks like they are just a little bit more calisthenically sound as well. Didn't show signs of fatigue. They came out and scored and scored and scored some more.
31 points to 4 in favor of Hill Murray in that second half. And the first half wasn't much different.
It's all in the numbers. You know, it's a Highland Park. You know, great season. Way to come out to almost to the very end here, and you know, a lot of learning opportunities for them. And a great opportunity to play some quality basketball against a quality team.
That's going to do it. Look at the bracket as Hill Murray moves on. They'll face either Visitation or Como Park. And then in the top half, we're not sure of those results, so we can't tell you anything.
Well, that was a tough game for Highland Park, a very good game for Hill Murray, and thanks to Dan Wilson for filling in and doing the color commentary there. Let's look at that section now, the 4-3A bracket, and kind of see where these teams are at. Hill Murray got a game coming up here tomorrow night, Thursday night.
Yeah, that's for sure. Simley, the #1 seed, they're going to meet in the finals. Simley played Harding in the quarterfinals, beat them 89-34. So a really similar score, except you know, Hill Murray kept the Highland Park under 20. They moved on to the semifinals, where looks like it was a much closer game, Tim.
Yeah, Hill Murray and Como Park, 4-point difference there to get to that championship, but Hill Murray did it, and it's the 1 and 2 seed playing in that championship, and that's what you want when you
Right.
when you get into section play. At least that's the coaches want, or whoever decides how these brackets are made.
Right.
Seeded.
That's what you kind of want. That's why they're designed that way. Let's take a look over at the Section 4 4A bracket now in girls basketball, and it's a couple of teams that really just stand out. One of them really stands out, and that's the #1 seed of St. Paul Central.
Tartan doing a lot better this year. Last year, remember their record, it struggled. They have a good young team, or had one. They're maturing. They got to the semifinals there, lost to a good Central team, a really good Central team, and they only lost by, 15 points there?
Right.
So they've gotten better. And then on the bottom half, White Bear Lake doing a nice job, only losing by 3 to Woodbury, and that's a good Woodbury team. And once again, the 1 and 2 seeds meeting up to play each other once again.
Yeah, that's how it seems to always kind of play out. And now we're going to move over to the boys basketball side. That's very competitive as well.
They just recently seeded them and everything. So the teams are seeded, and they'll begin play tomorrow. And we'll take a look here at the Section 4 3A bracket. And we can see where our teams are at here in our Fab 5. As you see there, our teams haven't begun play yet, but soon.
Right, and they begin Friday night. Hill Murray can take on St. Thomas Academy in 4-3A. They're going to play the winner of St. Paul Johnson and South St. Paul. Very competitive there. They got Central down as a 3 seed taking on Simley, and Highland and Harding on the second 2 and 7 seeds. And the winners of those games will be playing at St. Paul, Washington. The first game is going to be played at 6 o'clock, and then next one at 7:45. And then moving on to the finals, that game will be played at St. Paul, Washington once again. So it's a really cool facility down there, and we've seen it for volleyball, and we're going to see it for basketball. Awesome gymnasium, and you really can't ask for any more in terms of a high school gymnasium. It's pretty
Nice place.
It's a middle school now, actually.
Should be some good.
Right.
Absolutely, right?
Yep, and also in Section 4-4A, plenty of teams as they're going to be seated, or they are seated. White Bear Lake is seeded 5. They're going to play Stillwater. North St. Paul seeded 8. Going to be playing a very, very tough Roosevelt team. We've talked about them. Tartan and Montemita are going to play actually tonight. All these games, by the way, are going to be played tonight at the higher seeds home court. All the games at 7 o'clock. Again, Tartan and Montemita 3 and 6 seed, and Woodbury and Mounds View going to be taking each other on, and also in the quarterfinals 2 and 7. So very competitive Section 4-4A as well. We're going to do our best to cover it for you and get you all the information you need.
When's the last time Tartan was a 3 seed? Been a while.
Oh, yeah.
They've had a good, strong run, and who
Yeah.
knows, they may come through out of this bracket again, but like you said, team, so it'll be a fun bracket to watch.
That's for sure.
Well, speaking of stuff that's come and gone, the wrestling teams are all done, and we had a few guys out there that had a good season.
Right, that was right. The wrestling tournament happened right here at the Xcel Energy Center. Had some results for us. We're going to send it back to the studio to Jami, Dustin. Jami, let's fill us in.
Well, thanks, guys. We want to send a huge congratulations out to the 6 wrestlers from White Bear Lake who represented Section 4 3A in the Minnesota State High School tournament last weekend, which you mentioned was at the Xcel Energy Center. Seniors Tommy Longendijk and Tyler Hubman both had successful runs, with Longendijk finishing in 5th place. Congratulations to the other wrestlers as well, including freshman Andy Andrus, sophomores Grant Bolden and Elijah Moedking, and junior Jeremy Seed. For some more exciting news came out of White Bear Lake recently, as the White Bear Lake cheerleading squad won the National Cheerleaders Association Open National Championship in the timeout cheer competition. That makes the Bears back-to-back national champions. And now we'll send it back to Tim Peterson and Zach Halverson live at the Xcel Energy Center for some more boys hockey news and highlights. Guys?
Thanks a lot, Jami. Very exciting time of the year for basketball and now hockey here, boys hockey, as we have Section 4 AA. It was Tartan and Roseville in the quarterfinals in a very high-scoring game. You had Tartan, who's having a very extra special year. They're really good. They're seeded 3rd against Roseville, who historically has been good. They've got a heck of a head coach. Both teams played each other at Aldridge Arena and would play the winner of White Bear Lake and North St. Paul. Here are the highlights from February 23rd.
To Aldrich Arena for just about the start of the Section 4 AA quarterfinals between the 24-1 Tartan Titans and the 11-12-2 Roseville Raiders. Trying to work it inside, shot and a goal! That will be Jake Jackson with his 30th goal on the season. First period, 1-0 Tartan on the goal by the main man for the Titans, Jake Jackson. Shot! Oh! That kind of came out of nowhere, out of the corner. That's tipped by a Tartan player, and it goes into the Roseville end. Nice job there by Axman! Very quickly, Axman doing a nice job in the corner and setting himself up 2-1 of Tartan. Keeps it in. Shot to goal! 3-1. That's going to be Freiburg with his 4th goal on the year.
If you notice there, Jerry, Tartan does something pretty interesting. They stretch the zone a little bit. They're having trouble getting the puck out.
59 seconds left in the power play. Roseville still controlling, doing a nice job here. Stouts down low. Good idea. Stop there by Kirchner. Now wrap around right in front. Rebound in the goal! 3-2 with just over 4 minutes left on the power play of the Section 4AA quarterfinals. We will be back at McCann. Has it taken away. Here comes Jackson on a breakaway. Jackson coming in. Backhand shot in the goal! What a move! He went backhand, forehand, and Ryan Larson, an excellent goaltender. Excuse me, Zach Larson. But there aren't many goalies that could stop that one. Now coming back the other way is Colvard. Colvard in the center for Stouts, shot to goal! What a pass by Colvard, right there to Stouts in the slot. 4-3. Guess we're not going to see a defensive game here, eh?
No, just not. Certainly not.
Nice job there by Colvard. Novotny, slap shot. Stoppage here, kept in there. Good chance there in front, and goal! I was figuring 10 seconds ago, Roseville needed an icing at the worst, and a hat trick here for Tartan. Wow, that was a nice setup. It sure is fun to watch, isn't it, Scott?
Oh yeah, absolutely great to watch.
After it for Tartan is Winberg. There's Colvard, drop pass, goal! What a beauty! Colvard, the Stouts at the top of the circle. There's a hat trick for Roseville, and the Raiders have the first lead of the night. This isn't a huge upset, but at least as far as the seedings go, this is one that you don't see very often. The number 6 Roseville Raiders with a very impressive 6-5 victory over a high-quality Tartan team.
Well, on February 26th, Stillwater and Hill Murray met up in the section semifinal, and Hill Murray with Bill Lechner, Phil Housley of Stillwater, a couple legendary coaches. Actually, Phil Housley is down here. I saw him in the elevator earlier.
Doing some color commentary for the TV broadcast.
And rumored to be the future coach, possibly, of the Buffalo Sabres.
Ooh.
Played a long time out there with them. Let's look at how his team did against Hill Murray in this section semifinal from the 26th of February.
Tonight's game is the Hill Murray Pioneers versus the Stillwater Ponies. And Zach, you're on the sidelines. What are you seeing over there?
Just a great atmosphere down here, Tim. You got a couple of top-notch teams going at it here in the Section 4AA tournament. And what's great about this place is it adds so much atmosphere, and it's so great to come down here late February. Going to see some great hockey action right here on TV 19.
Well, these teams have not met during the regular season, so it'll be interesting to see how each team approaches each other. He's going to come sweeping in, and now he'll slow up, look around, take a shot, and he scores! Nick Anderson! Right over Dugas's right shoulder, and it's 1-0 Ponies. Surprise, surprise. From the point, shot in low again, and a turnaround shot to goal! Tyler Plunk getting the Pioneers on the board here in this first period, and we're even at 1. Brown will carry it in again. He's going to take it himself, go to the back, and he shoots, score! Oh, my. Brown doing the work himself. Stillwater strikes first, but the Pioneers answer back with 2, and they lead it after 1 period, after 15 minutes. By a score of 2-1, they have 15 shots in net. Stillwater has 4. We'll be back with the second period action. Still has control. Now he's going to walk out in front. He's going to turn around, pass it across, shot, and a goal! Willie Brown does it again.
Great Hill Murray. They can just keep doing what they're doing, getting the puck in, getting those breakaways. They could run away with this one, but Stillwater, you never know.
Picked up, Anderson, cross ice pass, shot, goal! Willie Brown with a hat trick for the Pioneers, and now they lead it 4-1. Just like that, shot comes in, looking for a redirection, nothing happens. Back behind the net to the near side, shot goes in, and a goal. I don't know if Blue gets just lost sight of it, but Anderson will get credit for the goal. That's Nick Anderson.
Great game here between Hill and Stillwater. Hill Murray just, you know, they're such a good hockey team. And Stillwater, again, you got to give credit. They came out, they played, they got that first goal. They worked very, very hard, and you know, you see a 6-2 score, but you got to factor in a couple of empty netters, and you bring that down 4-2 against a team like Hill Murray. Not something to be ashamed of, and certainly something to build on for next year. As you know, just not a bad game at all by the Stillwater ponies. And good luck to the Hill Murray Pioneers.
Peterson here with Willie Brown, victorious Hill Murray tonight. You got a hat trick in tonight's game. What was working for you?
Well, we had our lineman number 8, Joey Anderson, on the ice with us, and he could find you wherever you're on the ice. So he gave me a couple of nice passes, especially my third one there on the 2-on-1. And I just happened to shoot the puck over the goalie's glove, and it went in.
You guys play different styles of hockey, Stillwater and you guys. How did that make things difficult for you tonight?
Well, we knew coming in here they were going to be a grinding team and stuff, so they knew they'd be all over us in the first period. So when they got that first one in there, we weren't worried because we knew that was going to happen. And so we just came back with our skill and our talent, and we worked hard. And doing so, it prevailed us in this victory here.
Would you guys say you're a confident team at this point in the season, having met so many good teams throughout this season and beating most of them?
Well, especially during the beginning of the season when we had all our tough competition going there. But towards the later end here, we've had weaker competition. So I think that kind of hurt us here coming into the sections. But we really stood through and really got the victory here. It was a good win. And so there's good teams throughout the season. They really help and boost our confidence here.
And your next game potentially will be White Bear Lake or Roseville. And White Bear Lake's a young team, but boy, they've really picked it up in this second half of the season. If you got to go against White Bear again, you guys are going to have to pick something up here.
Yeah, well, they've been really steaming coming through here in the later half of the season, and so we just got to slow their energy down here. Hopefully Roseville can do a thing or two, and hopefully knock them out or something, but they really got a couple good top players who got speed and talent, but usually they're a grind team like Stillwater here, so we played them once, and we kind of know their strategy and stuff, so we'll be interesting when we play them here, if we do.
And if you get Roseville, what do you know about them?
Well, we haven't played them this year, so we don't really know much. All we know is from like the section finals last year. We know kind of their systems and stuff, but they're kind of a mystery team to us. So I don't know what they're going to be coming out as right now.
Either way, you guys got to come out and get ready, and one more to go, right?
Yeah, this next one here is going to be big for us. Oh, it'll be I'll be happy and excited for our team here if we can pull out this next victory here in the section final on Friday.
So that side of the bracket was set. On the other side, Roseville, who we saw moved on, plays White Bear Lake now as they beat the North St. Paul Plorin in the quarterfinals. This game, a rematch, or the third time these two teams met this season. First time was Roseville, second time was White Bear Lake. We'll see how they did in Game 3 in this highlight of the Section 4AA semifinal back on February 26th.
Good evening and welcome to the Lee and Rose Warner State Fair Coliseum as we are just about ready for the start of the second semifinal here tonight in the Section 4AA playoffs. And now it comes over to the near boards. Wallen, shot the goal! What a quick wrist shot by the sophomore, wow.
Well, and there you can see it's very dangerous. Looks like an innocent play coming there. Jake Wallen finds a little space and he buries, and there's his 33rd goal of the season.
As we see a replay, on a very nice quick wrister to beat.
Huge 10 seconds right here.
Wrist shot there in front of the goal! Guess who? Robbie Stouts with 4.5 seconds left in the period. Roseville has tied it up.
Well, and that's a huge momentum deal for Roseville. Not only is it getting that goal with 4 seconds left in the period, but Robbie Stouts now gets on the board, this line gets on the board, and it's a huge momentum switch. If you watch it, the Bears have not responded after the goal, and right now all the offense has been in the Roseville's favor. But there you go.
Very quick turnaround and a big goal for the Bears as they regain the lead once more here with 8:52 left in the third. We were scoreless after 1, 1-1 after 2, and the Bears pull out a very impressive 3-2 victory over Roseville.
So that would set up a White Bear Lake Hill Murray matchup, which everybody loves. 7,000 people showed up to the State Fair Coliseum on March 1st to watch the matchup. They watched a relatively boring game because
as was their first game when they
Right.
met, but for a different reason.
Right. White Bear Lake's first game. First time they matched up, it wasn't great.
All Hill.
6-1.
Hill.
Great for Hill, but it wasn't just lopsided. Then White Bear Lake, Hill Murray met again, and it was White Bear Lake playing the trap, and they played it really well. Kept it boring, which is what they wanted. It was only a 1-0 game. As we're looking at the brackets right now for Section 4 AA, and you can see very competitive and really cool to see both teams really competitive until the end. It was Davis Zarambinski who was put the Hill Murray Pioneers
The nail in the coffin
in the state tournament. Right. Let's take a look really quickly at Section 4, and well, we can't look at it, but Montemedi went pretty far.
They made it to the semifinals
right.
where they met Totino Grace. Totino Grace was a 3 seed, Montemedi 2 seed. Montemedi moved out. Totino moved on and got to play St. Thomas. St. Thomas is in the Class A tournament again.
Take care of business.
Lucky them. Class A tournament.
Sure. All right. So that's Hill Murray now going to be taking on Eastview in the state Class 2A quarterfinal, and it's going to be at 6 o'clock tomorrow night, Thursday night here. I want to quickly tell you that we will be streaming that game live on our website, onlocationtv.org. I'll be down here with the call. It should be a very exciting matchup. And then Friday and Saturday, if necessary, if the Pioneers can get past Eastview and their tough goaltender, they're favorited to win. But, it's a state tournament time. Last year, all 4 seeds, all top 4 seeds went down. So
in the first round.
Right. First round. So you never know. It's what makes this tournament great. Facebook.com/TV19 Sports, Twitter @TV19 Sports. It was a great show here at the X-Tim. Awesome to come out here with you, and great to see Jami back in the studio. And
we have a lot of fun every time we come down here, and thanks to the Xcel for letting us do this.
Right, that's for sure. Well, I'm Zach Halverson.
I'm Tim Peterson.
And I'm Jami Dustin.
And
that's your sports path.